We're on the campus of Oakland University where the gubernatorial debate is tonight. But today is all about Civility Day. It says Civility Day agenda right here on this paper. Stephen Henderson, Nolan Finley sitting next to me. This is your idea.
It was.
Now, I'm reading Sessions having difficult political conversations.
We do that occasionally.
You guys did this on purpose. You did this. Where'd the idea come from, Nolan?
Well, that's sort of an evolution of our own friendship, and in response to the times, we've become a very divided country, and on political lines in particularly, and we don't talk to each other across those lines, and it's leading to a lot of negative behavior.
It is.
Making a lot of assumptions about each other, and that leads to hatred. Mm-hmm. And so what we're trying to do is just to get people to do what we do. Talk, disagree passionately, but maintain a civil relationship, friendship.
I bumped into Debbie Dingle. She was just coming out of the first session, Stephen. Who was in that first session? Because it was, I believe it was called, if I'm not mistaken, Having Difficult Political Conversations. Yeah. What did they learn in there? Are there politicians? Are both sides in there? You guys represent both sides, conservatives, liberals. Are they in there? What was it like?
Well, we had Debbie Dingle, and we had Fred Upton, who's a Republican from the west side of the state. Mm-hmm. The two of them have worked together in Congress for a really long time. They're on opposite sides of the aisle. They have different beliefs, but they're not only friends, but they can get work done together. I mean, they're part of this problem solvers caucus in Washington that agrees to disagree on the things that they have to disagree on, but not walk away from each other, not say I can't work with that person or I can't talk to that person.
Now, you guys are on opposite sides, but you guys are really friends. Like, you're really friends. Not to put you on the spot, but you guys are really friends.
We are.
What do you do when you disagree?
We debate, we go after each other, but we do so with an understanding of what motivates our opinions. I understand what makes Steve a progressive, why he thinks the way he does, and bless his heart, I think he's wrong, and he understands where my viewpoints come from, and that helps, that understanding and that respect helps us avoid the bitterness that often comes out of disagreement.
I mean, we're invested in the idea that we can actually learn from each other, right? Mm-hmm. Even though we disagree, the arguments that we have help us refine our own arguments. They help us think more clearly, and then we can walk away without walking away for good.
And this one, and we'll end on this. You guys give everyone one of these, and it's civility building tips for talking toward understanding. When I saw this sheet of paper, I'm like, they should hand this out everywhere. Everywhere. Keep an open attitude. We want the same things. Continue the conversation. And there's more on the back. Get to know the person. All these things sound simplistic, but they're not being done right now. The debate is tonight. Yeah. The first debate they did was interesting. And I'm just trying to say that to not go one direction or the other.
Sure.
What do you guys wish from the debate tonight, from this conversation that these people are having today?
Well, I mean, that first debate I thought was admirably civil. I mean, they did say nasty things about each other, but they didn't interrupt. They weren't rude. You didn't sense a intensity of hatred in that debate. I hope they mimic that tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we need more debates, right? We need voters to be able to see these candidates talk to each other over an extended period of time in different settings with different moderators so that they can make their decisions based on who they actually are. I think the candidates have too much control over this process. I think there should be an independent commission that puts it all together to make sure that voters get what they need.
But I like what you're doing. Two journalists to step in and try to affect change. Gentlemen, I admire what you're doing, and thank you for taking the time. I know you guys got to rush back in there, so thank you. It is a Civility Day conference. If you haven't heard of it, the Civility Project is where you'll find more information on what these gentlemen are doing as they head back in there to keep the politicians civil. And we'll be right back on the news.